Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you what we did last year to make £11,169 in only 3 days. Yep, I'm going to go behind the scenes, guys, and really just share something different with you today. I really want to be completely transparent. We know a lot of you guys in our audience are looking for different ways you can make some extra money, and I figured that why not share with you guys what we've actually done, a very specific case study to kind of show you the practical steps we've taken, as well as the mindset we needed to have in order to be able to make that sort of income in only 3 days. Now, the idea for today's video came from Instagram, where we were asking people on our IG stories what some of their biggest regrets were over the last decade. And someone posted something and said that one of their biggest regrets was that they did not start creating digital products a lot sooner. And as soon as we responded to that message and said that we have learned so much from our journey and asked people if they would love to know more, our DMs completely just blew up. Like, so many people messaged us saying they would love to know a lot more about what we have learned on our journey of creating digital products. So today's video is really just to help you unpack that. Just want to share with you guys what we have learned. If you are someone who's watching this and you would love to know a lot more and go a lot deeper and a lot more practical, because a lot of the time when people share things, it's just theory. But if you want to actually implement what we are sharing, I'm going to put some resources in links below and above for you to head over and check out in your own time. If you're really enjoying today's video and you like the style of today's video with me sharing some behind the scenes stuff on making money, then show us some love by hitting that like button, because that just helps to really encourage us to make more videos of this kind as well, okay? I want to put up on the screen now a screenshot that I took after the 3-day period that I'm talking about. You can see up on the screen that on that page, we of course made the amount you can see there at the top right-hand corner of £11,169. But there are some really interesting numbers in this particular screenshot that I want us to unpack. First thing to note is that we had 768 checkout views, people who came to view our digital product, which more specifically was an ebook, okay? But you notice what's very interesting is the conversion rate of 45.3%, which I didn't know was actually quite a big deal until I showed it to some of my other entrepreneurial friends, and they were completely blown away. They said, well, wow, so that means that you had, as you can see there on the screen, 348 orders from a checkout view of 768 people, which was just unbelievable for us, okay? Now, you can also see there that although there were 348 orders, if you look right at the very bottom where it says total transaction, there's 419 different transactions. And if you look to the right, there's an average order value of £32. Now, all those numbers all mean something, okay? So I want to use today's video, just kind of explain to you what steps we took to get to where we were, i.e. to get this level of conversion and generate that level of income in only a handful of days. All right, so the first thing we did was that we created a waiting list. Now, the interesting thing about creating any digital product is that you can, for example, say, hey guys, I would love to create a digital product, and go ahead and create that product. And then once you've created it, go back to the people and go, hi, look, I've created this thing, and then no one is interested. Another way you could do it is actually to say, be completely open and say, hi guys, we're actually creating something based on the demand, based on your questions. Are you interested in this thing? If you are, then go on a specific waiting list. The beauty of the waiting list is that the waiting list only really attracts the people who truly want that thing that you're creating. For that digital product that we created, the people who were checking out the cart, people who were checking out the product once we created it, were the people on a specific waiting list. We were not just going to everybody to say, hey, look at this thing we've created. No. We just went specifically to the people who had shown an interest. And this is actually very important. If you are someone who's thinking, I'd love to create a digital product, the first thing you need to do is, assess some interest and then create that waiting list of those people who might be interested in that thing that you want to create. Okay, so number 2 is that we then took the steps based on the interest we've seen, based on asking people questions on social media, via our blog, and even on YouTube. We then took all that demand and went away and started to create a product. And that digital product we created was an ebook. That ebook was priced at £29. The reason we did that is because we wanted an affordable product. We created this product at a time when, many people were looking for good quality information, but at the same time wanted to make sure it was something that worked for their budget. Okay, so £29 seemed like the right pricing based on our research. We then created this product, took a few weeks to go away and really research how we wanted to present the product and asked a number of questions. But what was really unique about this product is that the ebook we created was a how-to product. It was literally showing you a step-by-step how you go about doing something specific. And in our case, it was how to go about actually generating passive income online, okay? And that product really went above and beyond. One of the key secrets to creating a digital product that really sells is that that digital product has to have value that's many multiple times the price that you're selling it. So although we were selling this product at £29, this particular digital product had value of at least 100 times that. So if you're somebody who's thinking right now, I'd love to create a digital product one day, I'd love to actually go and do it, you need to think, well, actually, if I'm going to price something at, say, £19 or $19, the value of it has to be at least 10 times the price that you're offering for that digital product to be something that people see as truly valuable and worth paying for. All right, so the third thing we did was that we created a 3-day email sequence. This is very interesting when you think about it, because oftentimes people underestimate the power of email. And the power of the 3-day sequence, as we found, was that the 3-day sequence provided you have gone about structuring your emails in a particular way, weaving in elements of storytelling, which we're going to share in that resource I mentioned previously for you to check out in the links below and above. Provided you are very transparent in your email process, then you find that a launch sequence, it could be a 3-day launch sequence, it could be a 5-day launch sequence. In our case, it was a 3-day launch sequence, could then become the effective tool you use as a way to market and sell your product. This idea of trying to sell a digital product via an email is actually both an art as well as a bit of a science, okay? Because there's a lot of psychology that's actually employed in trying to have that conversation with many people whilst also having it appear as though you're having that conversation with one person. And this takes some practice, to be honest. I've had goes in the past where I've tried to have these conversations, and these conversations are things that I've practiced by blogging and writing content and things like that, and sending out a regular newsletter on a weekly basis. So if you're someone who's interested in this sort of thing, having a credible launch strategy is a key part for what takes your ebook from just being a great idea or product to being something that actually ends up selling on autopilot to lots and lots of people. So for example, this product, although we've sold £11,169 worth of it in only 3 days, this product, since we created, has gone on to carry on selling on a regular basis. So every other day we see a sale of this product. All right, so the fourth thing we did, and not many people talk about this, is that we increased the average cart value. Now, I want to explain what I mean here by just putting up on the screen again that screenshot I shared early on in this video. You see that if you look at that screenshot and look at the bottom right-hand corner, you see it says that the average order value is £32, okay? But I told you guys from the beginning of this video that the product we created was actually £29, which means that on average, more people were buying more than just the digital product that we created, which is fascinating when you think about it. And the way this came about was that we created a complementary lower ticket product that somebody might find useful when they buy the product. So say, for example, let's use a practical example. Let's say you went to Amazon and you were going to go and buy, a sharpener, yeah? You're going to buy a sharpener, and once you've bought the sharpener, you've put it in your cart and you're about to go and pay, Amazon says to you, oh, by the way, here's a pencil that you might want to use with that sharpener. You think to yourself, I think I'm gonna want some pencils as well. So it's just a complementary product. So in the same way, we had a £29 product, but at the same time, we also created a complementary £7 product, which is really interesting because with these two products, once you've created them once, and this is the beauty of creating digital products, you never have to repeat the creation. More people were buying the product and also buying the complementary one. They were also adding the complementary product to their cart. And what this did was then to increase the average cart value. So rather than us just selling a £29 product, we were then selling on average, as it says there, £32 per product. There are certain practical steps you need to take, provided you've got the right tools to do it, in order for this to become a reality. And for us, which is very interesting watching this kind of unfold, us actually sitting in our bedrooms, actually seeing these sales come through. And as you can see, on that screenshot again, you can see that, like I mentioned earlier, it says we had a total of 348 orders, but if you look right at the bottom, it says total transactions were 419, which means that of the 348 orders, many more people bought something additional, which is why we went from 348 orders to 419 orders in total. Now, the final thing I wanted to share on today's video, and there are many more things to share, I wanted to keep this video really straightforward, is that we employed 3 key mental triggers. Now, what on earth is a mental trigger? A mental trigger is something that helps to initiate a particular type of action. So, for example, the key mental triggers we employed: anticipation, the mental triggers of urgency, and the mental triggers of scarcity. Okay, so the mental trigger of anticipation comes about by you telling the people who are waiting for something, giving them an element of the thing that's coming. Let's say, for example, that I'm writing a book, okay? And you are on the waiting list and you're interested in buying this book. A way in which I could build anticipation is to email you maybe once a week. I might email you on week 1 and say, hey, very excited about the book. Here is the title of the book. Another week, I might email you and say to you, hey, here's what's going on. Here's how I'm researching the book. Here is a photo of me doing some research about the book. Another week, I might email you and say, hey, here's a sample paragraph from the book or a sample chapter from the book. Check it out and let me know what you think. But notice what's really happening there is that I'm getting you involved with the process. We are doing a level of co-creating. So I'm not just creating in my little studio and hiding away. No, I'm actually getting you involved in the journey, which is what the beauty of the internet has been able to enable. Because previously, creators will create things in their little labs and that will be it. And then they'd come out and go, ta-da, here's my painting or here's my product, and then wait for people to buy. But no, the key mental trigger there is the mental trigger of anticipation. Second mental trigger is the mental trigger of urgency. And the way we did that is by using real deadlines, okay? So the beauty of technology today is that you can put real deadlines personalized for each single person who you are speaking to. So imagine I've got a waiting list of maybe 1,000 people. Every single one of those people, depending on when they join the waiting list, I could create a very specific deadline based on certain key things that identifies them, such that I can say, well, actually, this deadline is for you to purchase this thing that you're interested in within a 3-day period. The final mental trigger is the mental trigger of scarcity. And the way you create scarcity for something is to do it in 2 ways. Imagine you're selling a product and you're selling it at a discounted price. Imagine you're selling something and you say, well, actually, I'm selling it at, say, £29 because it's an introductory product. I've just launched it. But the plan is for the price to increase after a set period of time, okay? So what that does, though, because that price is expected to increase, it means that it creates a level of urgency for people to try and purchase that thing very quickly. But in order to then inject a level of scarcity into it, you could say, well, actually, this particular product has an additional bonus. If you don't purchase this product within a specific period of time, then that bonus disappears. If they don't buy it within that particular time period, then they stand to lose that added bonus. And people typically don't want to lose bonuses, particularly if the bonus is something that they truly want. You need to really be transparent with people and be honest. If you're creating a product, make sure the product is good quality. If there's certain features of your products that you want to be really clear, make sure it's very clear and you're transparent about it. And make sure that the product is something that truly will add value to people, such that people can then purchase it and give you further good reviews. And that then almost creates this infinite loop of your product constantly selling on autopilot. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video on what we did to earn £11,169 in 3 days. It truly was a life-changing moment. And I want to just say, what I'm sharing right now is something that if you truly want to apply these principles and learn these skills in your life, I can guarantee these skills are truly worth your while, you know? Don't just think that you've only got the skills you use for your job and that's all you've got. You know, I only had skills of finance and things like that, and I've had to learn over time by learning by myself and learning from other people these sort of skills that I could be able to use on the internet to generate an income on an ongoing basis. So as I mentioned previously, if you want to go a bit deeper into learning what I'm sharing here, I've only shared 5 things here, go ahead and check out that resource I mentioned previously, which I put in the links below for you to check out. Don't forget to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video and share it with somebody else who you think might get some value from what I've shared on today's video. It'd be good to know what questions came up for you as you watched this video. What aspects of what I shared would you love me to expand on? Jump in the comments and I'll be in there in the first hour of releasing this video and try to answer your questions in as much detail as I can. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and as ever, in all things, be thankful and seek joy. Take care. Bye.